Okay, it's finally here. I can finally tell you what's happening with the Idea Collective Retreat for small business owners. It's coming in November, and we've been working on it behind the scenes for months. I just can't believe it's time to share with you what's going on. In today's call, we're going to tell you about this one-of-a-kind retreat we're building for small business owners just like you. And we're going to show off our two big-time keynote speakers that we've booked. And we're going to tell you why this is a can't-miss event, including free membership into the Idea Collective collaboration community. So lots of exciting stuff to share. I'm going to go as quickly as I can and get to the good stuff of really who are these big-time keynotes that we're going to get. But before we get started, let's just start at the beginning. Hi, I'm Pat Miller, the Idea Coach. I'm on the planet to help your small business become more successful. And to do that, we started a community called the Idea Collective for small business owners. Inside this magical little land of small business, we've got small business owners that are all working together to help each other on their small business journey. And I say it's a small business journey because running a small business can be lonely and hard. You're good at one thing, but there's a lot of other stuff that you also have to do. So who do you turn to when you have questions or comments or things that you need to do that you don't know how? That's why the Idea Collective exists. So a little bit of background on that. In June of 2020, we started this online premium collaboration community. This is where folks are logging in every day and co-working and collaborating with each other. Since we launched this community last June with our founding 50, shout out to the founding 50, we now have grown to over 100 members inside the collaboration community in 9 states and 4 countries, which is pretty awesome. Australia, Canada, the UK, and I count the US. Can I count the US? I'm counting the US. So we're just going to say 4 countries because I am Mr. Worldwide. That's a joke. Anyway, we also have our free Facebook community that many of you are a part of as well. So if you want to move from the Facebook community to the collaboration community, there's a way to do that. The retreat is special to me. And it's special because this is the first time we've ever gotten the community together. The Idea Collective collaboration community is virtual on purpose, so people from all around the world can co-work and collaborate with each other. So why are we doing this? Well, I think small business owners deserved to be treated like CEOs because we don't work in a big building downtown and we don't have a team of 1,000 people reporting to us. That doesn't make us not as intelligent. It doesn't make us lazy or small or anything like that. We're working our butt off to build our dreams. And I think that deserves to be honored and celebrated. So that's why I want to do this retreat, so you can be treated like the CEOs that you are. The second reason is the Idea Collective is pretty darn special. I got to say, the people in the group, they're pretty cool and really accomplished. And you would be shocked by how much they're co-working and collaborating with each other. It's not uncommon for me to pick up the phone and say, hey, Jennifer Buchholz, I need your help with something. And she goes, cool. How can I help? Or Ariel to call me and say, hey, I need some help. Or Karen Yuso to call Brad Herta inside the group and say, hey, can you help me with the thing? And everyone does. It's this great place for collaboration and connectivity. And it's really our secret weapon to help us not only become more productive and successful, but kind of get through the ups and downs of small business. The other thing is, through this retreat, we're going to grow the size of the collaboration community. And I'll tell you how that works. But basically, if you're not in the group yet and you buy a ticket, you're going to get into the group for a 6-month free trial. Also, we've booked massive keynotes in a first-class hotel because that's the vision for this group. If I wanted to rent out the VFW and have lukewarm coffee and whoever will stand up on the stage and speak, I mean, I could do that, but you deserve more than that. And for the first time ever of getting this group together, I decided to go big. So big, well, I won't give you the details, but let's just say this is pretty big. Okay? So with that, let's get on to the retreat. What the heck is going on? The Idea Collective Retreat, Don't Grow It Alone, is the theme. And we've broken it up into 3 different sections: gather, grow, and goals. And before we tell you what's happening, let's honor our sponsors, because without them, this could not be possible. You'll see on my backdrop, Bank 59. They have been my shotgun partner this whole time building the Idea Collective. And Jeff McCarthy and Morgan Dornfeld and the team at Bank 59 continue to support our vision to support small business owners. So a big shout out to Bank 59 and a thank you to them for making this happen. They are the presenting sponsor of the retreat. Not to be outdone, though, we have 4 silver sponsors. And here's what's really cool. All 4 of the silver sponsors are members of the Idea Collective. So first up, well, we got to give props. She's on the call. Boss Actions, Talmar Anderson. She is a brilliant small business owner that helps small business owners with their people. She basically is for people with people, and she will help you grow your business by making sure that you are a better boss, leading your team. She's a valuable member of the community. She's on the call today, so high five, Talmar. Thank you for supporting the retreat and being a part of what we're building here. Megan from Sidekick Accounting Services, she's our second silver sponsor. She's doing small business accounting services and bookkeeping. And if you are trying to keep everything straight, Megan can explain things in a way that you can understand and make your life easier. Unstoppable Women in Business, Susan Trumpler, Sales Goddess. She and her team help you increase your sales and grow your business by becoming better at closing more deals. And Susan's been an invaluable part of the community, and she's a sponsor of the retreat as well. And lastly, First Associated Insurance Agencies, that's Cheryl Litvin and her team. She's been a moderator and a community leader from day one. And when I showed her who's the keynote speaker, this is her exact quote. I said, "Hey, Cheryl, do you want to sponsor the retreat? This is the keynote." Her direct quote was, "This is the easiest sponsorship decision I've ever made." How's that for a tease? So Talmar and Megan and Susan and Cheryl and Jeff and the team, thank you all. So now let's get down to it. What in the heck are we going to do for 2.5 days in Lake Geneva? Well, the first day is we're going to gather. And the first step of gathering is to make real person connections. So when we get to the Grand Geneva Resort, we're going to ask you to, I don't know, put your out of office email on and maybe kind of do not disturb your cell phone and start having real life conversations with other human beings. I know we're kind of out of practice, but it's kind of important. So at 9:00 on Friday, I'll kick off with a welcome address. And then the rest of the day, now remember, Grand Geneva is a 4-star resort in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. So we're going to have all day activities. We're going to have a hike. There's horseback riding. There's a beautiful yoga facility, a full-blown spa, basketball, weightlifting, golf course if the weather is nice enough. There's a lot to do at the Grand Geneva Resort. We're also going to have discussion circles, and that is about as formal as it sounds. We're going to get some people together to have a conversation about a topic. You can go talk with them and just learn from each other and stay informed on what you want to know more about. Now, this isn't like a dude on a stage with a wireless microphone taking questions. This is literally a discussion circle. Go hang out with people and learn from them and make your connections. That afternoon, hello, happy hour. And then that night, a celebration dinner. Now, if you're new to the Idea Collective, you might not know how passionate I am about celebrating our wins. It's one of the things that small business owners don't do a very good job of, is we don't stop and look around once in a while, Ferris reference, and celebrate all the good stuff that happens in our business. Because, it's really easy to hang on to all the bad stuff that happens. But the celebration dinner is going to be Friday night, and it's going to be nice. And I don't want to say what the meat's going to be, but it's going to be nice. And it overlooks the golf course, the Grand Geneva Resort. And we're going to raise a glass and hit pause and reflect on how we worked together to get through the pandemic and what we've done in 2021 and all of the intentions that we have for the following year, and celebrate where we're at. It's super important. Not enough people do it. And we're going to do it on Friday night. After that, hey, there's a beautiful fire pit location there at the Grand Geneva. They do sell beer from what I heard. And I have a request in, and I can't guarantee this, but I have a request in for a full-blown Family Feud set that evening, which could be kind of fun. So we're going to have a good time Friday, gathering, connecting, and learning from one another. Saturday, this is a traditional conference day. So Saturday is all about growth. From 8 in the morning all the way through the happy hour, we are going to have conference presentations. We'll kick off with keynote number 1 in the morning. At lunch, we've got a very special thing lined up. That afternoon, we have our big time anchor keynote at 3:00. Between then, we're going to have panels and presenters, and it's going to be just a day full of taking notes and scribbling down everything you need to know. One thing you should know, outside of our 2 keynotes, All the rest of the speakers that we're booking, we're going to microwave them. What does that mean? What I mean is we've all been to an event like this, and someone gets up on stage and they do like 50 minutes on something that could have been done in 20, right? You're like, oh, get on with it. So all of our speakers outside of our 2 keynotes, we're going to ask them to give us their best 20 minutes. That's it, 20 minutes, that's all you got. Because we want to get as much information to you as possible. So these power presentations are going to happen all day, and we're going to get the best possible speakers we can get our hands on, and we're going to ask them, we're going to challenge them to give us their best 20 minutes because, again, back to the theme, you deserve it. This entire deal is built on what you need to build and grow your business. Okay, at lunch, we're going to do an idea slam, and more on that in just a second. In the afternoon, after our mind-blowing keynote speaker, we're going to go over to the Grand Geneva Ski Chalet. Now, that sounds really fancy, but it's like a nice wedding barn kind of facility. Beautiful bar, thumbs up. And then we're going to have like beer and brats and just a fun dinner with music and games, because by Saturday afternoon, after a full day of conferencing, our minds are going to need a break. And then that night, we're going to do a late night reflection. And we're just going to say, okay, what did we learn today? What did we take away from this keynote? What did we take away from that keynote? What did we take away from our presenters? So that way we can kind of file away all the stuff that we learned before we get ready for Sunday. Sunday, it's all about goals, baby. In the morning, thank you, Ariel, high five. The Coaches Culmination Coaches Row is going to offer coaches from 8 until 10:30. And what that means is we're signing coaches to offer 10-minute laser coaching sessions for free. So you want to ask and learn about LinkedIn. You know, maybe Sue Gresham's going to be a LinkedIn coach there. Or you want to ask about productivity, maybe a productivity coach will be there. Or you want to ask about mindset like I do and sit down with Ariel, highly recommended. You can sit down with Ariel for 10 minutes and get a feel for what it's like to work with these coaches. Maybe there's a very specific obstacle you're trying to overcome. All of those coaching sessions are included in the ticket price. So thank you, Ariel, for making it happen. And from 8 until 10:30, we'll do the coaching. Then at 10:30, let there be bacon. Our goal-setting brunch from 10:30 till about noon. We're going to talk about how to set good goals. We're going to talk about what 2022 could look like and what would happen to your business if you set those outrageous goals and then actually hit them. At the end of that brunch, I'm going to challenge you to write down a goal or two and seal it in an envelope and hand it in to me. So next year at the retreat, you can open the envelope and see how far you've come. Get it? After that, well, we're going to be pretty much baked. We're going to be done. So we're going to have the quick trip after party. So by this point, if you need to go take care of your family or get back to real life, go ahead. But that afternoon at 3:15 is Packers and Chiefs. Kind of a big deal. Could be the game of the year. So thanks to Quick Trip, we're going to hang out in the bar and watch the game. Quick Trip has promised us some Packers swag, maybe even some tickets to give away. So it's going to be kind of fun that afternoon at 3:15 as we sit in the bar, kind of reflect on the weekend, wrap everything up, and then cheer on the Chiefs. I mean, the Packers. I meant the Packers. That's what I meant. So that's going to be Sunday afternoon. Okay, so let's talk about this. Gathering on Friday, making new power partners. Saturday, we're learning all I can possibly teach you and all the keynotes can teach you. Sunday, we're looking forward to your goals. The entire time, you're at a 4-star retreat with other driven, smart, small business owners that you've kind of gotten to know inside the Idea Collective. More on that in a minute. So who are these freaking keynotes, Pat? Come on, give it up. All right, so I'm going to give you the first keynote and then the big keynote. We're going to watch a couple of videos here, so get comfortable, okay? Because you need to know who these people are. The first keynote speaker, Saturday morning, 8 a.m., is my marketing hero. Jesse Cole, the marketing champion, the owner of the Savannah Bananas baseball team in Savannah, Georgia. Now, if you're looking at this thinking, Pat, you're bringing in a dude in a yellow tuxedo. What the heck are you doing? Oh, this guy, he's special. He's the founder of Fans First Entertainment. He wrote Find Your Yellow Tux. He's the owner of the Savannah Bananas. And it was a failing baseball team in Savannah, Georgia, that he renamed the Savannah Bananas. And since then, he has not had an empty seat inside his minor league baseball team stadium. The book is incredible. He's been all over MSNBC and CNN. And you know me well enough, right? You know I'm not going to bring someone in unless they're good. This guy is good. And yes, Cheryl, his book is off the hook. So let's do a little video. I want you to see just a little bit about how this guy thinks differently. And what makes him special is every decision he makes. I mean, every decision is built on the customer experience. And when he comes to us, he's going to spend his time helping you understand your end user and their experience. So let's watch just about 2.5 minutes of what he did in Savannah. And then he's going to tell us what he's going to do for us. So here's the first one. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. And scene. Come on, YouTube.
If the baseball was slow, long, and boring to many, and even myself, how would we make it exciting? So we started thinking about how do you create this nonstop show of entertainment? So when I started in Gastonia, it was like, what could we do that's different? At a typical baseball game, they play the game, you may have a few promotions. How can we do things that are a little crazy? So the first idea is the players normally play. Could they actually dance? We had that mindset of we want people to come to the ballpark and say, you won't believe what I saw at the stadium tonight, and to expect the unexpected. And that's where the greatest ideas came from.
He's become a summer baseball treasure. Darius Johnson is a first base coach for the Savannah Bananas with serious moves.
The idea of a breakdancing coach has been a dream of mine for many, many years.
We woke up the next morning and all of a sudden I'm on TV and Jesse's freaking out. I'm freaking out. Everybody is freaking out.
So most teams have these young dance teams that can do all these backflips, and we said, no, let's go the opposite. Let's get these unbelievable senior citizens who can do some great hip hop dances. And then the concept of banana nanas, it just worked.
But the age group is over 65 and into the mid 70s.
There's no baseball teams out there that have pep bands. But I was watching these football games with these 100-piece pep bands, getting the crowd going and people dancing with them, having fun. I was like, why doesn't baseball have that? Does baseball need more pep bands?
Yes, they do. It's a blast. I don't know why they haven't thought of it before.
And the marketing, I think social media is the thing that I've noticed the most. You don't have to be at the stadium, you don't have to be in Savannah. You could be anywhere and kind of keep tabs on the Bananas. If you're taking a class on marketing, this is probably a textbook, or they tore up the textbook and they wrote a new textbook.
I'm in the media, but what the Bananas have done on the social media component is crazy. It's gotten out to the world. And that's why you have people on every continent wearing Savannah Bananas gear. I mean, you got bananas across the globe, and that is so cool.
And that's the great thing. It's not just about baseball, and it's not just about one or two silly games. It all rotates and it all builds on each other. And these guys are always having, idea sessions where they come up with new and better and crazier ideas all the time. And I think that's part of the fun that they're having, and that infectious sense of fun gets to everybody else and makes everybody else want to be a part of it.
I'd have to think, I can't think of anything that hasn't worked for these guys here. It's just been phenomenal.
And it was one of the most enjoyable things that I did during my career. And if I look back and say, okay, name your top 10, this one would be right there in the top 5, and maybe number 1. Because it has affected so many people.
Savannah has a great baseball history, except when you look at the attendance. And for some magical reason, maybe it's not magic, it's a knowledge and expertise and creativity and timing. Timing is big, but they've made it happen, and they've made Savannah go bananas for the team.
We're looking back to those stories, those fans' first moments. How can we create even more special moments for our fans? How can we wow them? As soon as they pull up to the stadium to when they leave, what can we provide that's going to make them go home and say, this was the best experience of my life? Every day I'm constantly asking, how can we provide the best fan experience in the world? How can we be the best fan-centric company in the world? And so we're never going to stop asking those questions. So what am I looking forward to next year? More stories.
Okay, that's why he's a genius. And yes, their players do wear kilts. And yes, they have different rules of the game. So at a Savannah Bananas baseball game, if the batter fouls into the crowd and the crowd catches it, the batter's out. Why? Because it's fun. That's why. He's done everything like that. So what is he going to do for us? Check this out. Here we go.
Hey guys, Jesse Cole, the founder of Fans First Entertainment and owner of the Savannah Bananas, and I am so fired up to be with you at the Idea Collective Retreat for Small Business Owners, November 5th through November 7th at the Grand Geneva Resort, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And I'm gonna be with some of the most creative small business owners in the world together, getting together to talk about ideas and how to grow their business in unique ways. And I'm so fired up to be with Pat Miller, the idea coach for this event, because I believe more than anything, when you bring people together from outside of your industry and you talk about ideas that can create an amazing experience and a better business, that's where you see the biggest growth. I've learned from P.T. Barnum and Walt Disney here at our stadium to go from a team that literally sold 2 tickets in the first 3 months here to my wife and I sleeping on an airbed and completely struggling to now selling out every single game here for the Bananas with a wait list over 9,000 tickets. Because I was able to learn from Barnum and learn from Walt Disney on how to deliver this over-the-top experience. And that's what I'm going to talk about in my keynote at the event. And in addition to that, we're going to get together, myself, Pat Miller, and we're going to have an idea slam and actually focus on your individual businesses and talk about ideas that can help you grow and think dramatically differently. Because right now, more than ever, we need to think differently if we want to create fans. The future of business is not based on how many customers you have, it's based on how many fans you have. Because customers come and go, but fans never leave. And to create fans, we gotta have ideas on what we can do that's different than our competition. And that's what we are gonna jam on at this Idea Collective Retreat. I can't wait to be with you guys. Make sure, if you don't get your tickets now, patmillerideacoach.com. Get our tickets, let's have some fun, and let's create some ideas and create some amazing fans. We'll see you then.
All right. So like I say, this guy is, if my life depended on it and I needed an idea slam, he would be the person I'd want in the room. And he's not only doing the keynote, he and I are going to do an idea slam together for guests at the retreat. So imagine having this guy thinking about your business. That's going to be on Saturday. But wait, there's more. So Jesse's the in-person keynote. He's going to be there all day on Saturday. You'll be able to walk up and shake his hand and say hello. But our afternoon keynote, well, it's special. Are you ready? This is a big one. Afternoon, 3 o'clock, virtual keynote speaker, Mel Robbins. So Mel is something special. When we polled the Idea Collective community and said, okay, who do you want? Who's like the number 1 keynote? Who would you want? Mel was the one that they asked for. And we called them and she said, okay. And I'm like, wait, what? Hello? Is this thing? Hello? Are you me? You said yes. So, yeah, this is the thing. So Mel is not traveling this fall, is not traveling because she's got a new book coming out. But she's going to be our virtual keynote speaker. So how do we make that special? Well, first of all, if you don't know who Mel is, let me tell you who she is, and then we'll tell you what we're doing that's going to be special. Okay. So Mel is the international best-selling author of The 5-Second Rule. She's been a TV personality. She's got over 1 million subs on YouTube. She was a CNN host. She is basically one of the preeminent thinkers when it comes to business and small business because her entire family comes from small business. But they can tell the story better than I can. So here's just a moment about who Mel Robbins is, and then we'll tell you what she's doing for us.
All right, great.
Mic check. Hello.
Okay, cool. So this is the coolest moment of any speech. It's before anybody gets here. This stadium, the American Airlines Center, will be full of people who are about to learn the 5-second rule. And once they learn it, they'll never forget it. Once they start using it, their lives will never be the same again. Keep on pushing. Thank you. Change is happening all around us, particularly in your industry. Well, it's going to come down to this. How do you focus on what matters? Your most valuable resource is your time. And I think the most important skill that you can develop is a laser focus. In order to get what you want, you're going to have to change. And we're going to show you the secret to how you do it.
What? Practice at the drop of a dime, baby.
A leader will tell but never teach until they practice what they preach.
Change comes down to a choice, not the big choices, actually the little ones, the ones that happen 5 seconds at a time.
So the next speaker teaches you how to gain more confidence, courage, and control in your life and work. Does that sound good? She is a woman who wears many hats. She's married, mother of 3, 4th-generation business owner, award-winning analyst for CNN, contributing editor to Success Magazine, and a best-selling author. And she chose us to spend the afternoon with. And I gotta be honest with you, I've met a lot of speakers backstage that have done some phenomenal things, but I've never met a person that made me feel like this lady made me feel. She is a woman you will never forget, Mel Robbins.
Everybody get your arms in the air so we can see, even in the back.
The most booked female speaker in the entire world this year.
So yeah, she's going to do the thing for us. Now, what is she going to do? Again, back to the theme. Think about what we did with Jesse. Is he going to come and just do his find your yellow tux bit for, 60 minutes and then walk out and just cash his check and go home to Savannah? No. And do we want Mel Robbins to do the same thing? Hell no. Because this entire retreat is all about don't grow it alone. So what would happen if Mel was on your team? Listen to what she's going to do for us at the retreat.
Hey, it's Mel Robbins, the best-selling author of The 5-Second Rule and soon to be released, The High 5 Habits. I'm super excited because I am coming to the Idea Collective Retreat for Small Business Owners on November 5th through the 7th. This is not a drill. I will be live for 75 minutes taking your questions. And I cannot wait because as an entrepreneur, I know that one of the biggest struggles that you face is that you feel like you are in this alone. Well, guess what? At the Idea Collective Retreat, you will not grow it alone. You're going to learn the 5-second rule. You're going to learn some science-backed secrets to being more productive and strategic. And yours truly, Mel Robbins, is going to be there live to answer your questions, to coach you, to give you the advice and proven strategies that you need to grow your business. You got to be registered. You got to be there to be a part of this. So go to smallbizretreat.com to get yourself signed up, and I'll see you on November 6th. Hey.
So there you go. That's what Mel's going to do. She could have done 75 minutes on just the 5-second rule, but she's going to do the 5-second rule, and then she's going to answer your questions. Now, again, just to be clear, she's our virtual keynote speaker. She's going to come in on giant movie screens, but we'll be able to talk to her face-to-face live through video, and it's going to be out of control. So we've got Mel, I'm Jesse in the morning, and then Jesse's going to collaborate with you over lunch at the Idea Slam. And then that afternoon, Mel's going to give you the stuff you need from the 5-second rule, and then she's going to take questions from the guests in the audience. How cool is that? Oh, and where are we having it? The Super 8? No, the freaking Grand Geneva Resort in Lake Geneva. Now, if you haven't been there, this place has character and it's fun. The Grand Geneva Resort is absolutely beautiful. And why did we pick a resort? Why not the Super 8? Well, if you look at the way that the agenda is lined out, Friday is all about taking the day off, getting to know people, like closing your email, like living your life, like the fun stuff that small business owners should get to do if they were big time CEOs. Then we'll learn on Saturday, then we'll set our goals on Sunday. So it was important to go to a retreat location that has a gorgeous spa and fitness location right on site. They also have a beautiful golf course. I just had the chance to play it. I deposited several golf balls into the woods. They've got great bars and restaurants. Their outdoor fire pit is going to be like the real location of the weekend. A lot of business is going to get done around the fire pit. Horseback riding. They've got a whole horseback riding farm on the property. Plus, we've got activities all day on Friday that you can take part in, from hikes to a whole bunch of other stuff. Then they gave us a kick butt rate. Now, if you wanted to go down there for the weekend and just book a hotel room, it's a lot more than $119 per night. And there's normally a $25 resort fee. They've knocked that down to $10 per ticket, or per night rather. So this place is beautiful, and it's going to support us as we really unwind, relax, learn, and grow together. All right, so why should you attend if I haven't convinced you yet? Okay, fine. Don't miss the magic. Mel is going to be virtual, and it would be really easy for a guy like me to then sell you tickets and then also do a web stream for people that's just to make a little bit of extra money. Mm-mm. As of right now, that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I'm not going to do it because this entire weekend is about meeting each other, connecting the Idea Collective community. So you cannot miss the magic that's going to happen. That moment on Friday night around the fire pit when you're laughing so hard you can't stop. That moment on Saturday when you're talking face to face with someone in the group and you have that aha moment. That moment on Sunday when you're sitting down with one of the coaches in the coaches row and they change your perspective on something that you've been blocked with this whole time. None of that stuff happens on Zoom. Don't miss the magic. You got to be there. One-on-one connections, that of course will happen as you're walking back and forth from the chalet or you're sitting down to have a coffee in the morning. Relax and recharge. Now, we are not overscheduling this retreat on purpose. You get in on Friday, you want to go take a nap? Thumbs up for naps, by the way. Yes, it's a dad move, but naps rule. Go for it. You want to get up early and go for a run with a friend that you've only met online? Go for it. You want to hang out on Sunday afternoon and watch the Chiefs-Packers game? Go for it. Relaxing and recharging. That's what this weekend is about. You're going to walk out of this thing with your goals for 2022 in hand. You're going to learn what you need to know. You're going to talk to coaches to get your mind straight. Then you're going to set your goals. And it's going to be what? Early November, and you're going to have your goals ready. Think how dangerous you'll be on January 1st with that much lead time. Also, the content is going to be just bananas, pun intended. Jesse is my marketing hero. Mel is freaking Mel Robbins. And then we're going to jam in all of these other speakers and presenters throughout the day on Saturday. We also might have some additional content on Friday in the gathering circles. We'll have a presenter during the goal setting summit on Sunday, and then fun. Like, have you met us? Like, do you know what we're doing here? Like, this is not some stuffy, lukewarm cup of coffee, business card slapping kind of group. We're going to have a good time. And for those of you that are in the group, imagine 2.5 days of the Friday finish line. You know what I'm saying? In fact, we even have a fun committee. Like, their only thing is to make every moment more fun. That's some of the reasons why you should attend. So what do I get for my ticket price? 4 meals, okay? The beautiful Friday night celebration dinner, lunch on Saturday with the Idea Slam included, the Saturday night dinner, which is also going to be fun out at the ski chalet, and then Sunday brunch, Hello Bacon, that's going to be included in your ticket price. Everyone that buys a ticket is going to get a promo code for Mel Robbins' $1 Million Morning Routine. This was an add-on from Mel that she gave to us as a thank you gift for booking her. So everyone that gets a ticket is going to get that promo code so you can learn how to start your day the way Mel does. Everybody that's not currently in the group is immediately going to get a 6-month free trial of the Idea Collective. Now, if you are even around close to like what I've been doing, you've heard me babbling about how brilliant this group is. Well, you buy your ticket, you're going to get 6 months in the group to evaluate it, to meet these people, to soak up their knowledge and really kind of get an understanding of what's going on behind the paywall. Then when you meet them all in person in November, it's all going to come together. So if you're not in the group yet, you will be with a 6-month free trial. And then it's my job to make sure the content and the relationships are so strong that you never want to leave. Matched with partners. Now, this is really cool. For those of you in Milwaukee, you may know a gentleman named Jeremy Foget who runs Milwaukee. He has a new company that he's launching called Like Minded. Like Minded takes dating style technology and it's applied to business. So what happens is everyone that comes to the retreat is going to be invited to take this like-minded assessment. And then they're going to crunch the numbers and match you with your kindred spirits and your growth partners. The idea is, who will I know, like, and trust instantly? Even if I know no one at the retreat, who will I vibe with? So we'll introduce you to your kindred spirits. So on Friday, you want to go for a hike and meet someone that's really cool. You're cool. We'll know who that person is. And your growth partners. Who are the people that think differently than you, that think in a way that you don't, that could inspire you to look at things in a different direction? So we're going to match you with your kindred spirits and your growth partners. So that way we're almost guaranteeing you're going to meet interesting people and get yourself on the right track. The next thing, laser coaching, Coaches Culmination, Coaches Row. Shout out to Ariel and her team. So that's included in the program as well. And then the after party. So thanks to Quick Trip, after the event, we're going to hang out and watch a football game, and that is going to be a lot of fun. Now, that's the base ticket. What if you want to be a VIP? I'm just saying, maybe you're kind of a big deal. And if you're kind of a big deal and want to experience the retreat like no one else, here's how it works. We're going to have a pre-event networking call only for VIPs. It's going to get you a running start to meet all the other VIPs that are coming to the event. And the way that I'm looking at that is to say, wow, here's a person I've never met before. Maybe we should set up time on Friday to have a cup of coffee. Or maybe that's the person I'll go for a run with on Saturday morning. So you'll have a chance to make connections with people before you even get there. You're going to get a VIP gift and a collector's pin at check-in, which is just a little thank you from me to you for being a VIP. You're going to get early access. So that means you'll be able to look over the list of coaches and book sessions with the coaches before anybody else. You'll also get a chance to look into the podcasting studio. Surprise, LZ and Podcast Town, they're setting up a podcast studio at the retreat, which means if you host a show, you'll be invited to record a special edition of your show from the retreat inside the Podcast Town studios. So that way you can connect with people inside the community and get them on your show. It's a way that you could have some interesting guests and really do something special on Friday. So if you're a VIP, you'll get a chance to reserve one of those slots before anybody else. Speaking of shows, I'm going to do an edition of this Pat Miller show on Friday. And if you're a VIP, you can be in the audience for that recording and maybe be on the show. So I'll actually roll up my sleeves and get my hands dirty and help build your business in a special edition of the Pat Miller show. Saturday morning, the VIPs will gather for a growth challenge. What does that mean? We're going to talk about growth. We're going to talk about how you are framing what growth looks like for your business and kind of prime the pump for your outlook on Saturday, because Saturday is all about growing and overcoming your obstacles. And then on Sunday, same thing, another VIP meeting before the sessions start on Sunday to talk about goal setting and how to set the appropriate goals so you can crush 2022. So, deep breath. Friday, we're gathering. Sunday, we've got growth. Sunday, we've got goals. We've got all of these wonderful features. We've got Jesse, we've got Mel. How much do tickets cost? Well, the base ticket is $7.99. Now that includes Friday programming, Saturday programming, Sunday programming, 4 different meals, 6 months in the Idea Collective, all of that, right? If you want to upgrade to a VIP, $179 is the VIP upgrade. But the reason why it was so important for you to be on this call and to take action quickly is because of our launch early bird price, thanks to our friends at Bank 59. For the first 100 tickets, they're $5.99. See what we did there? $5.99. The first 100 tickets are $5.99 thanks to our friends at Bank 59. So if you want to come to the retreat, you need to get your ticket right away. Now, let's say you're excited, you want to be a part of it. How can you make yourself even more a part of the retreat? Well, you can share this information. We need to get this word out like right dang now to everybody that we know so we can fill this with all of the great business owners that we have at our networks. So share the information as you can. Apply to speak. We're still accepting applications for the speaking slots between Jesse and Mel on Saturday. Committees. Shout out to Jennifer Buchholz, who's organizing all of our committees, but we're building an agenda committee, an outreach committee, a fun committee, a welcome committee. We've got all of these different volunteer opportunities if you want to be involved at the retreat. Sponsorship. We have some sponsorship opportunities remaining to get your business in front of all of these small business owners Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's connect on that. And when you buy a ticket, there's a tick box that you can check and say, yeah, I'd like to learn more about sponsorship. I'll be in touch that way. And then volunteer. Can you help me move a few boxes? Can you come and hang a banner or, whatever? I don't need a lot of volunteer hours, but a little bit goes a long way. So if you want to help, that would be great. So tickets are on sale now. Smallbizretreat.com is the website. And again, the first 100 tickets, are at $5.99. And after that, price goes up to $7.99. So really, you can get the discounted ticket and scoop up the VIP for less than the actual regular ticket, which is pretty darn cool. So with that, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for hanging out with us and learning all about the Idea Collective Retreat. This is the biggest thing that I've ever done. I am so fired up about this retreat because you guys know that I love doing this because I love helping people. And I think this is a way that we can really help people at scale. And ultimately, I feel like I owe the members of the community to put on this 4-star weekend. So it's my obsession right now. And I really want it to work. And I really want you to come. And I want you to have a transformational experience. I want you to meet your power partners. And I want you to be so damn successful that you don't even know what to do. That's why I'm doing it. So I'd love for you to be a part of it. smallbizretreat.com. So with that, I'm opening the floor to questions. Is there anything that you're curious about, anything that I can share, or information that you want to know about the retreat? And if you want to ask a question, just unmute your mic and go ahead. Boy, that was just such a great explanation. Nobody needs to know anything more. It's just so perfect. Mic drop moment, right? All right. Wonderful. All right. So the website again is smallbizretreat.com. And this is the first of many discussions about the retreat. And my job now is to keep on ratcheting up the value. So it's a no-brainer. You've got to buy your tickets. smallbizretreat.com. I can't thank my team behind the curtain enough. Susie Moon for her leadership, Christine Swanson for her help, and all of Susie's team. And you know what? The one that doesn't get enough love is Jennifer Buchholz, my business BFF. She helps me so much. JB, I love you. Thank you so much for everything you do for the Idea Collective community. To our sponsors that are on the call and not on the call, you are making it happen. And what do you think? Should we get together and see Mel Robbins? Hell yeah, we should. Don't miss this retreat in November. I'm Pat Miller, the Idea Coach. Get your tickets before they're gone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.